What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video, liking the content, sharing the content, helping me spread this message to more young guys out there. If it's your first time here and you enjoy the content and you want to stick around and receive more notifications about my channel and the information we talk about, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on all bell notifications. And if you want your question to be answered, because I am doing a Q&A in this video and answering a subscriber's question, be sure to either follow me on Instagram at LonnieSpence_. You can send me a direct message through there. Or if you really want your question to be answered and you want a video topic, and I will answer it, join me on Patreon at patreon.com/YoungMen'sDailyRedPill for all your questions, comments, concerns. With no further ado, though, I'm going to be reading a subscriber's question. And, I'm not sure if he blocked me or not, because I did open his message about a week ago, and I kind of left it on red, and I noticed that he was a little upset about that. But I'm here to answer his question. It was literally, I just left it on red so I could organize my thoughts and I could just read what it was about before I responded. And I think he thought I wasn't going to answer his question. But either way, let's just dive into it. Hey, bro, it's me again. I'm glad to see you started uploading again. Thank you. I just wanted your advice on something other than women. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because most of these questions I get are all about women. Thank you guys for focusing on what is important. It is not women, all right? It's your purpose and what you're here for. So I'm glad that this guy's asking questions that actually have substance to them. First, I saw your videos that you're a senior in college and you've maintained a high GPA. Congratulations on that. Thank you. On the other hand, my situation with college isn't very good. I attended community college in 2019 for one semester and dropped out because I was majoring in art and animation, but most of the classes I took were not related to my major at all. In general education, probably. I just felt it was a wasted time to me, so I never went back. But now things are different. I no longer want to do art and animation because I pretty much lost all interest in drawing. But that's an entirely different story in itself. Plus, I hear the animation industry in the US doesn't pay very well, so I've decided to look into other careers. I've taken somewhat of an interest in coding because I heard it pays really well and I have some experience with computers and technology myself, but I've seen that most software programming jobs require a college degree. I know there are a lot of coding boot camps and places to learn coding for free on the internet, but I question whether it'll be enough to land a programming job. I'm not at all fond of going to a four-year college because of the costs. I hear a lot of students go into debt graduating from college for a degree that they end up not using and having to work for the rest of their lives trying to pay it all off. I really don't want to end up like that. I'm also not fond of college because of how I have to take out a bunch of general education classes. I feel like I should only be learning what I majored in, and all the gen ed classes are a waste of time. I've also looked into going to trade school, but I just wanted to go into coding first because of the potential salary I could make. So what is your take on all of this? What advice can you give me? You're absolutely free to make a video on this if you want to. I look forward to hearing from you. Sorry if this was such a long read. All right. So I'm just going to start it off by saying thank you for reaching out, and this is going to be my opinion and my opinion only, which is why I'm sure you reached out to me, and I don't think you reached out to anyone else in this instance, so I appreciate you for trusting my advice, and I just want to put a disclaimer out there. This is my advice. This is what I would do if I was in your situation. It doesn't mean you should do it, but this is what I would do, okay? And this is how I would view your situation. There's things in life you have to do that you feel is completely pointless and useless in order to get to where you're trying to go later on in life, okay? The same reason in school from grade school, middle school, junior high, high school, you take general ed courses. And then again, after that, in high school, you take general ed courses. And then in college, if you want to go to college, you take general ed courses. You have to pass those. And they're kind of like the same, but they just progressively get more and more intense and you learn more and more, but it's the same sort of topics: history, the math, the science, the basics, the general education, right? It might seem pointless. You might think, why am I using this in the real world? This doesn't really benefit me for what I'm trying to do, okay? They're doing this to weed out those of you that don't have the grit and the determination to get through learning a subject matter that doesn't necessarily benefit you right now. Because they want people that are thinking about the long-term investment that they're making, all right? So you're thinking of like, why am I learning about history right now? And the Aztecs, the Mayans. Why am I learning about the foundation of this country and world history, science, all these different things that has nothing to do with my career in technology, my career in being a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever? You have to realize that is a way that they filter out the people, the kids, the students that don't want to put in the work, okay? This is what they're doing. Yes, it's also a way for them to make more money and to pay those teachers that teach general ed courses, but it's a way for them to also say, listen, if this kid's really dedicated, these students really want this degree over here, they're not going to even get close to that degree if they can't even get through these general ed courses. Because a lot of kids, I think it's like 30%, drop out after their freshman or sophomore year general ed courses because, they just don't want to have to go through that process again. I struggle with it myself because you're thinking in your head, why am I learning something that does not apply to me? I'm never going to use this. And you say that now, but at the end of the day, when you learn general ed all around, you become a well-rounded individual. You can talk about different subjects, different people you know. It's a great way to network because now instead of just, you reading on your own and you could be saying to yourself, I could learn all this on my own. There's the internet nowadays. I could just, ask Alexa, like, what is this? What is that? And learn it from that way or go look it up myself. But no one's holding you accountable. When you have a teacher, when you have stuff due, it puts that accountability in front of you. And that accountability it pushes you to strive forward and push forward into doing it. All right. And unless you have that inner drive, that inner motivation within you that's instilled in you naturally, a lot of people, majority of people don't have that. Okay. That's why there's very little self-made millionaires, entrepreneurs, because most people need someone to push them into doing things. These degrees, these skills, these trades, and the certifications that you have to get in order to become a professional, elite person in that industry, in that field, they want you to have such a burning desire to be the best that you're willing to do the work that seems like, this has nothing to do with what I really want to do, but I know I have to do it in order to get there. That is why there's such thing as general education. That's why sometimes when you get a job and you're going through the training at that job, that training doesn't seem like it will translate over into actually what you're doing, but they're trying to weed out those of you that are not fully committed to that company, to that trade, to that skill that you're trying to obtain. That's the easiest way to weed out the people that don't really want it like that. Because they want some dogs. They want some guys that really want to get in there and make it happen and are passionate about what they're doing because they understand if you get into it without any, without any pressure, without any, tension, that as soon as you get in that field and there's a little bit of tension, you're just going to bounce. You're not going to stick around. You don't have that grind like a dog, that grit to say, I've already gone through years of general education, so there's no way in hell when my degree or my trade that I've really wanted to get into and I'm finally into starts getting difficult, that I'm just going to bounce and I'm going to quit because you put in too much work. The same thing translates into relationships and the investment that you put in order to build an attachment. That's why sometimes a woman will make you drive a certain amount of distance, put in a certain amount of money into spending on her, make you go through all these loopholes and invest your time because time is the number one asset and resource that you have as a man, and then she'll pull back or you'll pull back. And there's that attachment because you already invested so much into this person that you don't want to lose that thing, okay? So I know we said we wouldn't talk about women, but this This is why game is not just about women. It's about life in general. All right? It's about your investment in life. And if you have that grit, that grind, that dog in you to push no matter what, okay? So for your situation, I think that, and this is my personal opinion, your purpose, yes, it should pay well, like in order to feed you, but you have to love doing it. You have to get up every day and want to do it and enjoy doing it. And you have to sit back and think to yourself like, damn, I love what I'm doing. I'm helping other people and I'm getting paid to do this when I would just do it for free. That's the kind of mindset you have to have, okay? I was doing this channel before I was getting any money at all, okay? I just love doing this. I loved helping you guys out. I love just hearing different stories, seeing you guys improve before I was getting any checks from YouTube, before I had a Patreon, before any of that, the following, nothing. Because I enjoyed it and I had a passion for it. I'd still be doing it if I wasn't making money because I just enjoy doing it, all right? You have to have that same drive and determination. So if you like art and animation, but you also want to get paid well, maybe you should do coding as a career and art and animation on the side. And I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. That's life. Welcome to being a man. Welcome to manhood. It's gonna be a fucking grind. It's gonna be a grind. You gotta put in that work, okay? If you really want both, you want your purpose, but you also want to make money too, you gotta put in both. You gotta put in that overtime. You gotta put in the extra hours to do that. And that means maybe you don't have weekends for a year. You don't go out for 2 years. You spend less on eating out and you stay at home. You get rid of your gym membership and you start working out at home. You start figuring out ways to save money. Chicken and rice and broccoli every day. Whatever it takes to save that money, you do it because you know in the future, your future self will thank you for that. Because now you have your purpose and you have money. And eventually what I try to get you guys to get to is where your purpose starts to make more money than your career. That's a great position. That's when you have true confidence, okay? That is when you become invincible, basically. That's when you really feel like, man, nothing can stop me because here I am doing what I would do for free that I love to do and enjoy to do, and I get up with a burning desire to do for money now. I'm getting paid to do it, and I would do it for free. That's what I want you guys to get to. Hopefully this video was informative. DM me on Instagram at LonnieSpence_. Follow me on Patreon at patreon.com/YoungMansDailyRedPill. Look forward to hearing from you guys. If you enjoyed the content, drop a like. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Peace.